On a brisk autumn evening, Emily found herself alone in her family's old creaky farmhouse. The house had been in the family for generations, but it had always given her an uneasy feeling. The surrounding woods seemed to whisper secrets, and the floorboards groaned as if the house itself were alive.
I had been putting off cleaning out the attic for years, but now that I've moved back after my parents passed away, it feels like the right time to sort through their belongings.
Amidst the dusty boxes and cobwebs, she stumbled upon an old leather-bound journal. The cover was worn and the pages yellowed with age. Curiosity piqued, Emily sat down and began to read. The journal belonged to her great-grandmother, Margaret, who had lived in the house during the early 1900s. Margaret's entries started innocuously enough, detailing daily chores and family life. But as Emily read on, the entries grew darker and more erratic.
September 14th, 1908. The woods are not safe. I see shadows at night, figures that move between the trees. They watch the house. I feel their eyes on me. October 3rd, 1908. The children hear whispers at night. They say a woman calls to them from the woods. I tell them it's just their imagination, but I hear her too. She wants something from us. November 21st, 1908. Henry is gone. He went into the woods last night and never returned. I fear the worst. The woman in the woods has taken him.
Emily's heart raced as she read the chilling entries. She had heard stories about the haunted woods as a child, but had always dismissed them as folklore. Now, with the journal in her hands, the legends felt all too real. Just then, a loud thud echoed through the attic. Emily jumped, her eyes darting around the dimly lit space. She stood up, the journal clutched tightly in her hands. Another thud, this time closer. It sounded like it was coming from the floor below. Emily descended the attic stairs, her steps cautious and slow. The old house seemed to amplify every sound, and she felt a growing sense of dread. As she reached the bottom of the stairs, she noticed the front door was ajar. She was certain she had closed it earlier. Heart pounding, Emily approached the door. She peered outside, but the porch was empty. The woods, however, seemed darker than usual, the trees swaying ominously in the wind. She quickly shut the door and locked it, trying to shake off the fear. Returning to the living room, Emily decided to do some research. She pulled out her laptop and started searching for information about her great-grandmother and the haunted woods. She found old newspaper articles detailing the mysterious disappearances in the area dating back over a century.
This is strange.
As she read through the articles, she noticed a recurring name, Eleanor Blackwood. According to local legend, Eleanor was a witch who lived in the woods and was executed for practicing dark magic. Her spirit was said to haunt the area, luring unsuspecting victims into the forest.
Eleanor Blackwood, who are you?
Emily's research was interrupted by a sudden chill in the air. The temperature in the room dropped rapidly, and she could see her breath. The lights flickered, and a low, eerie whisper filled the room.
Come to me, Emily.
She froze, her eyes wide with terror. The voice seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. Gathering her courage, she called out,
Who's there?
Silence. Emily decided to stay at a friend's house that night, leaving the farmhouse and its haunting atmosphere behind. As she drove away, she couldn't shake the feeling that she was being watched.